You know, when I first read the thesis, right, the first thing that struck me was, okay, I saw the title, right, too many Asians at the school, so I thought, oh, okay, she's talking about high schools. But then I realized, like, the subject matter extends so much farther beyond that, and I think people realize that when they see it. However, that's just my opinion. What other responses, you know, have you received in reaction to your thesis? It's available on the internet. What have people been telling you about their opinions?
And also, how much response have you gotten?
Well, I've gotten over 200 emails asking to see my thesis, which is kind of crazy.
This doesn't happen with just anyone's thesis, an undergraduate thesis, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a hot topic, so, and, you know, it's exciting that, you know, the Washington Post reporter covered it. But I feel like a lot of responses I've gotten have been really touching, really. You know, a lot of people who are older Asian Americans, maybe in their 40s or 50s, who are just curious to see how the Asian American experience has changed or not changed. A lot of parents who are concerned for their children, and who see a similar pattern in their children. It tends to be parents who were maybe like in their 20s when they immigrated to America and then had children here, so have sort of literally one foot outside of America, one foot inside of America, and have children who are just born, you know, ABCs or ABKs or whatever the term would be.
1.5.
Right.
Or
and
close,
just
whatever.
sort of find an alarming attitude that their children have towards their Asian identity and sort of want to just think and discuss it more.
Yeah, Jenny, I want to say on a personal level, your thesis really affected me because it mirrored not only my experience in high school, but also middle school, elementary school, not college, because college is like usually in America. I mean my college I went to was very liberal, so you know it was colorblind, quote unquote, all that. But I mean, even now, I'm a 30-year-old man. I'm an adult. I'm a working adult. Even in my workplace, I still feel, you know, remnants of this, like the need to measure up to a white standard and the pressure on Asian Americans to police each other, to police their identities. I don't know.
Yeah, I read that common theme about Asian people policing each other, trying to make sure that you know, they don't have too many Asian people participating in one of the activities or the other. And I just felt like really, really saddened by that.
Yeah.
I mean, because I've been really disconnected from the high school culture because I haven't been in there for a really long time. But it just makes me feel so sad to read that this is going on. I mean, this is 2008. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, Jenny. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I mean, and that was one of the, you know, I was interviewing students, alums of my high school who were 3, 4, 5 years younger than me, and just talking to them about their high school experiences. And I think that was part of the issue. I thought it was just me, you know. I was like, oh, maybe I'm the only one who feels this experience, who feels these pressures, who feels like when I see another Asian girl in a all-white space, I feel threatened. You know, like I see that and I'm like, oh, why is there another Asian girl here? I should be the only Asian girl here, you know?
Well,
And like in seeing that, I started interviewing other people, and there were similar themes around feeling like they were just so aware. You know, they were always so aware.
With Jenny, I can't tell you how many times I go out. I'm a very social guy, and if I even address another Asian person in a predominantly white place, that person just throws up the barriers against me like you wouldn't believe. Now, I've been told this is all in my head, but it is most assuredly not. Anything you want to say about that? Well, you don't know. I guess you've been pretty much commenting on that.
I mean, and I think that other people react to it differently, you know, and I don't know how my brother would feel about me bringing him into this discussion, but I feel like my brother and I have very different opinions. Like, he would very happily go up to the Asian person in the room and strike a conversation and be very happy and enjoy that sort of fraternity.
I do that.
Yeah, and
Yes.
I
Yeah,
think
I do that all the time.
I think a lot of people do, and I'm not trying to say that this is the Asian American experience. I think that the problem is that there just isn't unity. You know, we're not brothers and sisters.
Right.
I don't know what to describe us, but
Yeah, I always, whenever I do that, I always get the impression that that person doesn't want to make his or her white friends uncomfortable by saying, oh, like, I can only talk to other Asian people, you know, they must think something's wrong with me. Anyway, let me go on. Just a couple questions to wrap this up. What place do you think your thesis holds in academia, and what hopes do you have for it?
to be honest, this has gone beyond my expectations. Like, this is, I thought it was just gonna go on a shelf in a library, and that was gonna be it. In terms of,
I hope to God that doesn't happen.
I just want people to talk about it, honestly. Like, I almost want to just take all the people who've emailed me and create an email list and say, you're all really interested in this, talk to each other. you know?
Excellent.
So
I hope
that's
it.
where I'm
Yeah,
at.
I hope it's a springboard for a long and very much needed conversation.
So actually, for anybody who has read this thesis and wants to talk about it, call us. Dial into the Fallout Central podcast, 212-255-2898, any Sunday from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Now, last question, Jenny. What are you doing? What are you doing these days?
I'm teaching for America. I am teaching at a middle school in Brooklyn, 7th and 8th grade special ed.
Okay, excellent. And you graduated when?
I graduated in June.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so we got to wrap up this segment. Jenny, thanks for coming on and talking to us.
Thanks for having me.
And we hope that this can be one of many conversations about this topic and other topics related in the future.
Now, where can we find your thesis?
I think the Fallout Central website has a link. So
Okay.
just follow that link.
Okay,
All right.
great.
So go to www.falloutcentral.com, and in the search window in the news section, just type in "too many Asians," and Jenny's thesis comes right up. All right, we're going to take a quick music break, and we will be right back with our announcement segment. And we have a special announcement about the Aspire Award. All right, so that's coming up. And also music for this podcast was provided by Johnny Hi-Fi. Earlier in our previous music break, we were listening to a song called "This Is the Song" by Johnny Hi-Fi. We're going to take a quick music break. We'll be right back with our announcements.